Good evening. This is Mr. Miller. Following up on our cafecito that took place tonight, Wednesday, September 26th. As I said, my name is Mr. Miller. I'm the VP of Schools, the Vice President of Schools, or the Superintendent here at Camino Nuevo. My role is to support all of the leadership teams and the principals across all Camino Nuevo schools. And I've met many of you here at Camino Nuevo Sandra Cisneros because we've been working together for a lot in the past years in cafecitos and different meetings with the clear laser focused commitment of what we can be doing together to figure out how to ensure that Camino Nuevo Cisneros is constantly striving towards improvement in being one of the highest quality schools possible we can for your children. And as we've been making growth and we've hit walls and barriers, we see tremendous improvement towards that goal. And tonight, what I shared in Cafecito is as we strive towards that goal, I'm here to share some difficult news and news that will is difficult for us to hear, but also provide a clear and thoughtful plan of how we can navigate that as we still strive to be the highest quality school possible. What we talked about in Cafecito tonight is that on Friday we were um, made aware that Mr. Uribe would have to resign due to some family and personal issues that had not come up prior. He expressed a deep love for Cisneros, feeling extremely supported by the team here and also all of the teams here at Camino Nuevo. But he had to make this difficult decision and resign effective immediately on Friday. While this put us into quite a shock, it also we jumped into action. Myself, alongside the leadership team, we immediately jumped into action, figuring out, okay, while this is not deal, what are the things that we need to do to ensure that certain areas of the school do not waver at all, not in the least. And in fact, even if we're dealing with this difficult situation, how do we ensure that we're continuing to accelerate and advance forward? Friday, Monday, and today, we've been working tirelessly to figure out a clear plan to ensure that we can come to you today to share this news, but also this is how we're going to navigate it to ensure that our school continue to advance forward. Our four priorities that we said these cannot even budge or go down a little bit during this transition are school safety, academic progress, teacher support and the quality instruction that your children are receiving in class, and then overall school culture and our ability to make sure that every day is a positive experience for kids. And so, as we did some of that thinking together, we feel extremely confident that these are areas that even during this difficult transition of a principal, that we can continue to accelerate and maintain. Now, if we think about this challenge, right, this is not a challenge, right? Some of you may be thinking, man, what's going on with Cisneros? Or what's happening to this school? Or man, I'm noticing my child has had a sub and now the principal, what's going on? These are all important and valid questions, but these are also questions that go beyond Cisneros. They go beyond Camino Nuevo, they go beyond Los Angeles, they go beyond California. These are nationwide and in many instances worldwide challenges that we're seeing now more than ever. There's a teacher shortage that we've never experienced before, right? Recent article here in New York Times or in the Los Angeles Times that shows many schools are actually closing down. Certain classrooms are closing down because there's just not enough teachers. We're seeing staff and teachers leave the profession, quit mid-year, beginning of the year, faster rates, higher rates than we've ever seen before. We're also seeing an increased difficult behaviors and crisis behaviors among students following the pandemic. Schools are facing many difficulties, and some would even say a crisis. And while these challenges, we have not been void of them here at Cisneros, it has been amazing to see that even amidst these challenges, progress has been incredible and has actually overcome many of these challenges that we're seeing elsewhere. One is with so many people leaving the profession, it is extremely rare to have a team of four leadership team members, Mr. Soto, Ms. Franco, Ms. Maldonado, Ms. Daisy, who have been here for over 10 years. That is very, very rare. And we have a team of highly experienced leaders. We've seen that attendance has gone up more this year, 4%, an incredible amount from past years. We also see there's been a reduction in incidents. There's been less behavioral incidents, higher engagement in classrooms. Our teachers have ensured we've gotten 100% observations for all teachers every week. Okay, so every teacher is getting high coaching and high support so that as they're learning, they're growing and improving every day. And then overall, our entire sense of community and morale feels stronger here this year than it did last year. And this is all on top of those difficulties. And so all that's to say that yes, we're facing another challenge. This sudden resignation, this news has come, but we're able now to build upon the successes because those successes were not built by one person. Those were not built by the principal. All these successes were driven by the team that is here, Ms. Franco, Mr. Soto, Ms. Daisy, Ms. Maldonado. And now we have the support of the district, myself and our team, figuring out, okay, this is a challenge, but we're going to put in every bit of support and energy and resources to support the school through this transition, right? And so you can see here from last year to this year, major growth and improvement in attendance. You see that Cisneros is the only school across all Camino schools that has been receiving 100% of our teachers are getting observations every week and coaching support. Okay, we've seen a decrease of 92% in serious student behaviors. And we're seeing way more celebrations and bringing joy by students getting celebrated either for their behavior or their attendance. These are things that are not due to one individual. This is the team. And so we've come together. We spent 4 hours together with the leadership team today figuring out what's a clear plan in that the principal does carry responsibilities. So who's going to do those now? Well, we took a look at every teacher that principal coaches, and we figured out a plan for ensuring those teachers are supported. We have a clear behavior plan for, okay, now the principal is an additional person to support students in demonstrating positive behaviors and responding to behaviors. What's the plan for that? We have people coming from the Camino Nuevo central office to be able to provide additional supports. We want to ensure that communication with families does not waver in the least, that you all are able to maintain open communication with teachers and our team. And so we talked through a plan to make sure that that does not shift. We're ensuring that things that are foundational around a principal responsibility, like fiscal enrollment and things like that, we have a clear plan for who's taking that on. I have the utmost confidence in this leadership team, but also the plan that we have. And I'd like to commit that every week we'll be following up with a video message with some updates around how this transition is going. The main goal is that students, it should feel like nothing's changed. Families, it should feel like nothing's changed. Teachers, it should feel like nothing's changed. Really, the increase in work and the disruption is really going to fall on us as a leadership team, but we're prepared for that responsibility and we're prepared for that increase work to ensure that the school does not feel the shake. In my many years, whether it's as a principal, as a teacher, as a superintendent, I've seen schools go through challenges. I know Sandra Cisneros is not immune to that. As I've seen those challenges come up, the schools that have been able to overcome and continue to accelerate even amidst those challenges are the ones where we've come together, where families, rather than seeing this as what's the school going to do about this, or what's wrong with the school, or this happened to my child, I hope you can fix it, rather than shifting those questions to, wow, we're going through some crisis as an education system. How can I help? There is a lot going on across all schools everywhere. How can I be a partner in that? How can I look towards collaboration? It's the moment that we start to shift that and see ourselves as partners of schools and families where we can start to overcome whatever challenge is in our way. So as you receive this news, it's not good news, but it's news that we can overcome. And especially as we work together as family and school, and we push you all to be thinking about, man, how can I support and work together with the school? How can I support teachers? You might have specific questions coming up around, man, what does this mean for me? Or questions came out in Cafecito around, this happened with my child, or I'm not happy with this that's going on in the classroom. Those are all good and normal concerns. My first question is always, have you talked to the teacher? Because the teacher is the number one partner that you can develop for your child. We demonstrate to our kids that, hey, challenges are going to happen in life. Things are going to happen where people are going to leave our team on work or our team on soccer or our team on sports. But when they do, we start to think about, all right, what can we do together to work through it? This is an opportunity to teach our kids that. If you have specific questions, reach out to your teacher. If you're having trouble in communication with your teacher, reach out to us. Okay. But this is an opportunity where we can come together as we share this difficult news that we are going through a transition right now as a principal with a principal team. And we'll be following up every week with updates around where we're moving forward. Okay. Thank you so much for your time in seeing this, for those that you attended Cafecito tonight. And we look forward to working together with you to ensure that student academic progress, the quality of teaching in classrooms, school safety, and overall student positive experience actually doesn't change at all through this, that it continues to advance forward. And we're committed to doing everything in our power to be able to do that. And we look forward to your partnership in getting there. Thank you so much and good night.